YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all social media. Thank y'all for joining me, and I hope y'all support the show more. So I'm gonna try to do as many as I can, but first I have to get the support. Everybody always saying they're gonna support my videos, but no one shows up. You know, so I'm gonna start the show. Oh yeah, I want to address something. Everybody says that I I'm being negative. I'm not negative about Undisputed. And Undisputed is not the only game that I'm giving feedback for. There's a couple of games that's game companies that say they want to make a boxing game, but they want to see what Undisputed does. I'm not giving any revealing anything because I got put out there before, helping other companies, you know, and then they did nothing. So I'm not saying anything. Hopefully we do get more than one game, but this video is more for Undisputed. And I wanna give my feedback, how I feel, and it's not being negative. And people always say it's a video game, and stop wanting so much. It's a video game that's in it. It's a video game that's trying to be like a boxing, just trying to be like boxing. Excuse me. It's a video game that's trying to imitate everything that's boxing. So why shouldn't I say anything? For one, I box. I'm not saying I was the greatest boxer in the world, so I shouldn't give feedback, but I've boxed. I've been around boxing a long time. And I'm just giving my feedback how I feel about things. And as a gamer for about 4 decades, yes, I'm old. Old people buy games too. It's their money. Um, yeah, I'm just giving feedback. I want the most realistic experience I can get. Other people might see realism as something no, and some people are extreme about what they see as realism. That's not what I want. I'm not an extremist. I don't want extreme realism. How a person breathe, you know, you know, um, it's things that I like about Undisputed, but some people are like extremely, taking my words and flipping them so they could cut off what I'm trying to say about realism. When I want realism, I want everything I see in boxing, like how a certain boxer throw his jab, how a certain boxer throw his hook, how a certain boxer move. Yes, Undisputed had these things, and some of them need refining. And I want the atmosphere. I want the presentation. I want Undisputed to be what the older NBA 2K was, because NBA 2K always won for best presentation and realism in a sports game. They always won for that. So I want Undisputed to be a realistic boxing game. And from from my talks with Ash in the past, that's what he wanted. Because when I was speaking to him, and I was gathering up understanding, he wanted the game to be as realistic as possible without taking away the fun aspect. And to me personally, boxing is fun. It's just, if you had a game to help you control the narrative, the way things happen in a game realistically, that's fun. You know, so my thing is, my main thing that I was gonna do today is talk about certain things. I have a 12 days of undisputed criticism. It's constructive criticism. And no game is beyond criticism. Because a lot of people say, no, just let them do what they're gonna do. It's a video game. Let them do what they're gonna do. I'm speaking for me. I'm giving my point of view, what I think I would want in a game. Nothing more, nothing less. A lot of people could agree with me or not. It's just things that I want in a boxing game that I see realistic. You know, I'm more of an offline gamer, but playing the beta that Undisputed put out, what, a couple of weeks ago, I enjoyed playing online. It's just one thing that took away from my experience, other than the disconnects and all that. It just is gameplay wise. The get up game. That's something I'm gonna talk about later. But it was the get up game for me, and it's more so I think my controller wasn't responding the way I wanted it to the get up game because my son he hard on game. He's a hardcore gamer, so he'll tear a control up in a heartbeat. All right, so let me start breaking down stuff. It's more so a breakdown, but it's more so criticism. So I'm gonna go through my list that I had on Twitter. It's a series that I'm doing, and I'm gonna do a video series about it. This is just for Twitter right now, but after it's all said and done, I'm gonna do it on I'm gonna do some YouTube videos. You know, so my day one of 12 days of undisputed criticism is the clinching. The clinching was non-existent in undisputed, and they were saying that it was intentionally not there. And I wanted to know, how was the clinching really going to work? Because there's ways that clinching works in boxing that I wonder, is it going to be a thing for undisputed? Like some boxers use clinching as a tactic, and it also depends on how the referees are, which will come after this. I'll talk about that after this. So the clinching, some boxers use it to wear their opponent down, to disrupt a boxer momentum. And clinching is a way for them to get their energy back, get some of their stamina back. And it's just, clinching does do a lot of different things strategic wise. And they also could you could tire out your opponent by, if you're heavier or you're stronger than them, which I don't think strength is actually a factor in undisputed, but just to put that out there. So I'm gonna go to day two, referees. Referee was basically non-existent in the beta, but there will be a referee, but it's a lot that I wonder about the referees. How involved would they be? How visually involved would they be in the game? How would they respond with three people being in the boxing ring? The referee has many things in real life because referees have tendencies. Yes, they have tendencies. Some referees are, strict, some are lenient, and some is in between. So I wonder, are those things going to be a part of Undisputed? My thing. I want to see. I mean, I want to know visually how much are we going to see the referee? Is the referee going to be an afterthought? Like we see him when a person get knocked down, or it's going to be a cut scene we see when he comes in, to check the boxer and give him the 8 count, and things like that. I wonder is that's going to be the case, because it's a lot of things. I try not to be hard on Steel City because they're a new company. I don't want to start sounding like the people that I always talk to, and I say, well, you got to get them a chance, and you got to respect that they're an indie company and they're not a $1 billion company. But I don't want to be one of them people that comfort what's going on, and then it doesn't get any better, or that automatically goes off the off the table. That's not a focus no more. You know, I just want Steel City they transparent semi, I would say now. So they were more transparent months ago or a year ago, but certain things they have to keep under wraps. So I just want each referee to mean something. If you sign referees, let them mean something. You know, let them let a person be like, well, I know if I get this referee, the way I fight, I got to be careful. Same way with the judges too, but I'm not going to talk about the judges on this particular video. Um, all right, let's go to the uppercuts. Day 3, the uppercuts. Um, I don't like the uppercuts. A lot of people uh accept uppercuts, but it's people that don't like the uppercuts. The uppercuts, they're not. They don't. They look weird to me. They don't look impactful. They don't look like what an uppercut should do. And some people say, "No, look, the uppercut works. Look what it does." You accept them because it's one thing people want the game. They're not wanting the game for what is said to be. They want the game. Yeah, you're gonna make something work because that's the way you forcing something to work a way that the mechanic is not there. Uppercuts don't really have that like uppercut feeling, and will there be different kinds of uppercuts for certain fighters? That's the thing to think about. Will each uppercut have a different way of being thrown? Like in the middle, it's uppercut is different. Throw uppercut right here, look, or you throw it right here. Some boxers twist, or you throw it a looping uppercut. That's one thing. So it's different ways of throwing uppercuts, but will they exist that way? I want some uppercuts to be tight, depending on the fighter, and then I want some uppercuts to be looping. I just don't want it to be that same uppercut for each boxer, because then you taking something away from what that boxer is. I was always a person of don't give us these characters and they don't have That just you putting a boxer name in his skit, how he looks, but then he doesn't do anything like what he does. He does something like what another boxer does, and it might be that eight style type thing that EA Fight Night Champion had in most of their games. Well, not most of their games, but you know what I'm saying. That's something I hope changes. I just hope there's a different feel. You be like, well, that's that Deontay Wilder uppercut, or that's that, you know, whoever uppercut. Certain boxers throw uppercuts, and that's their main weapon. So it should have emphasis on it. And if a boxer come in and you throw uppercut, it should be like lights out, or his head is going back like violently. I'm not talking about EA over the top type stuff, but some boxers do get hit with uppercuts and it's a violent reaction. That's this type of stuff that I want, because when you speak realism, you gotta give realism. Everybody gonna keep trying to say, well, it's subjective, realism is subjective. No, real is real. Straight up. There's no subjective to it. When you talk that subjective, that's business talk. I've been a businessman before. Might not be doing it the way I was, but I'm a businessman. It's subjective. When you say subjective, that means you want people to accept what you give them. That's what that is. Uppercuts, and no, I'm not going to say uppercuts. What you see is what you see. Realism is realism. Realism is not subjective. If I walk across the street, that's a realistic action. If I skip across the street, that's a realistic action. Now, if somebody make me Superman jump across the street, that's not realism, because that's an artist that did something, or a programmer that did something that's not realistic. Now, if you see me walk across the street and you trying to recreate that, that's realism. And that's not subjective to, well, he didn't really walk across the street. He glided across the street. No, realism is realism. I walked across the street. That's basically what I'm trying to say is stop with the certain things are subjective. That's business talk. You're not talking, a lot of these developers think they're talking to kids. When it comes to sports games, you're dealing with adults. A lot of adults, probably not my age, but you're dealing with adults. So stop the subjective talk. When you're talking subjective, we're talking about real life. When you say, well, Mike Tyson was stronger than George Foreman, that's subjective. How we know? That's subjective. Or Muhammad Ali was faster than, let's say, Chris Bird. I'm just using Chris Bird because I like Chris Bird. That's, a good friend. Um, that's subjective, because Chris Bird was very light, that moved up to heavyweight, and everything he did was off of his speed. Muhammad Ali was a big heavyweight that had speed, but it's a different kind of speed. That's subjective. All right, let's move to the jabs. That's day 4. Now the jabs, I don't. This hard one to talk about, because a lot of people, they try to cut you off when you say this. They try to, like, nah, the jabs work. Yeah, the jabs work, but to me, they don't have that pop. The pop, like, certain boxers should have pop to their jab. Some boxers stick their jab out their different ways. They use their jab different ways. I don't want the jabs to be, again, EA like, but I want, let jabs be jabs. Watch videos of boxers throwing jabs and see how does this boxer throw his jab. What's the impact when he hits certain people? These are the things I'm talking about. It's so many jabs. Like, I'm wondering how they're gonna get Larry Holmes jab. He throws the jab a weird way. It's a weird jab, but how it's not weird, but it's his jab. His jab is a certain way. I want to know, are jabs going to be unique, or you be able to throw certain jabs? Will this be a thing of a focus for Steel City? Let me see. Give me a second. I want to see what's going on with people joining why no one is joining. Yes, I'm Jay Jeezer. Jay Jesus, he's a good supporter. We support each other and have a good. It's a good community that we have with a certain group about boxing and Undisputed that we have built, and I like it. I like it. We and a lot of us become more than just fans of Undisputed and boxing games. We become friends. We talk about everyday life things. Shout out to Jay Jeezer, got him a car. Shout out, respect. I seen a lot of growth over these last month out of Jay Jesus. Respect. Especially with his YouTube channel and different things he's trying to accomplish. I seen a young man that's accomplishing what he want to do. And I respect that. Let me see what I'm gonna talk about. Hooks. Yeah, hooks is another something I want to talk about. The hooks, they look loopy to me. Then there's different ways that people throw hooks. And you got people that argue with you when it comes to hooks. There's people that throw hooks like this. I don't know if you can see my hand. Throw hooks like this. There's people that throw hooks like this. I seen Canelo throw both. When I box, I threw both. When I throw my hook to the head, I always turned it over. I had a high knockout ratio from throwing it like that. When I throw it to the body, I changed my fit. Don't see you can see it. My fist like this. It's like a digging hook. There's different varieties of hooks, believe it or not. But I threw my hook like that, and you see that that's my style when I was boxing. Even though sometimes I did this when it was a certain way that I fought, depending on my opponent, to throw them off. But yeah, the hooks, they seem like they could have a little more to them, because most boxers they depended on their hooks. Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis. I don't know what I'm saying. Joe Lewis, 6-inch punch. Is that going to be a thing in Undisputed? Joe Lewis was known for his that little short hook. Boom, right there. Boom, short hook. Boom, right there. Then you got Joe Frazier. That was his thing. Ducking down, ducking down. Mm, mm. Throwing them hooks. It's the difference. Joe Frazier threw a leaping hook, but that's not within his style. Joe Frazier just threw them little tight hooks. Tight hooks. You know, there's boxers that throw tight hooks. If that gonna be in their move sets, if that's the thing. It don't have to be a thing that we see as far as move sets, but if that's going to be a thing in certain boxes, makeup, you know, these things, they have a question mark behind them, and it's just that I want every boxer to be unique and stand out. That's what makes um, people use more than one boxer, the uniqueness behind the boxer. You'd be like, well, this guy, no, he's an unknown. But if he seemed like he's unique from the other boxers, that person to use him and try to make him a better boxer in the game. Try to use his strength and his weakness in the game. You know, it's different things that attract fans to a game and makes the game stand out. And you know, I'm gonna keep using NBA 2K. To NBA 2K, each player, mainly the stars, they had unique things about them. In NBA 2K, Steph Curry, he's going to shoot that three in, I think, 98 or 99.9% of the times. He's going to make that ball, especially if you're not putting no defense to change up what the person able to do. And that's the same thing with boxing. No matter what strength that a boxer have, no boxer um doesn't have a weakness. It's just that nobody exploited it. Every boxer has the weakness. It's just it's up to you to exploit it. You know, if you're looking at TV and say, "Man, this boxer should have did that and should have did this," oh, we got a video game. You can do it in the video game. And that's what you should do. And that's what I think people that should be the thought process. When a company's making a game, the thought process should be, well, I'm gonna give this player all the tools that the boxer has, and then he could use it against that opponent in the game, and let's see how that works out. Like with Tyson Fury, my thing is, a short boxer should destroy Tyson Fury. A smart short fighter. Nobody throw body shots today. Body shots killed Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury, he likes to grab and use his weight advantage. Body shots. I love when I was boxing, I was always a short heavyweight. I fought a guy, was he 6'5", 6'6"? I'm 5'11". The guy was using his weight, doing Tyson Fury like tactics, not doing the dancing around like, you know, but he was doing tactics. He was leaning on me. He took my legs from me. But I was smart. I no matter what, that's because we always train when I was in the gym, we always train. What would you do when you're tired? We always train, we get real tired. And then we start doing the things that's going to help us survive being tired. So I was fighting this tall guy. It's for the championship. What was it? Is it Diamond Gloves? Was it Diamond Glove Regionals? It was the Diamond Gloves. You know, some states probably don't have the Diamond Glove, but it's the Diamond Gloves. I was tired. I was like walking, you know, real, you know, and the guy, he said, "Oh, I got this joker." So he went to lean on me. I faked like I was coming into him, And he went to grab for me, and I wasn't there. And I hit him with an overhand. Beautiful. Knocked him out. Knocked him out cold. I messed up the whole plans. They had it that I was gonna lose, even though I was the best boxer, the heavyweight at that time. They had me. I was gonna lose that fight. If I did knock him out, I'm like almost was guaranteed to lose that fight. That's how they had it. They had me losing, and that was crazy because I was tearing this guy up. So I faked him, hit him with the overhand. Boom, beautiful. Joker was out, and guess what? When they woke him up, they asked him, "Do you know where you at?" He said, "Yeah, I'm winning a fight." That was crazy. One of my best days in boxing. One of them. It's many. I'll give y'all some stories later. Yeah. So let's talk about. Let me see. Talk about. I got 10 minutes. All right. Let me see the hooks we talk about. You know, it's. I'm gonna talk about hook a little bit more. You got some boxers that throw this snapping hooks. You got some boxers that throw this thumping hook. You know, it's so many ways of throwing hooks. I just hope that's unique. And then I can't wait to see what happens with the tendencies if it's going to be a thing. I'm thinking tendencies is going to be a part of something else. Give me a second, please. Mom, I'm doing a video and you said am I on anybody's house? Yeah, excuse me. Um, I'm with my mother for a minute, so I had to go see what she's okay. All right. Okay. I got somebody come. Y'all always come in here late. Let me see. Give me a second. J Bell, you can hear me? Okay, I got 3 people in here. Thanks y'all for coming. I think I was gonna leave me high and dry. Y'all had nothing to say. I don't know if y'all have a mic or anything. Yeah, because I usually J-Bell.
Trying to figure out how this works. Does this work?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, cool. What's up, man? It's been years. We're still doing this on a Sunday.
Yeah, I thought it would probably be good on a Sunday, but I gotta understand that when it comes to different countries and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, what were you talking about? You're still talking about the hooks?
Yeah, that was the part that was wrong. I'm basically trying to get my 12 days of undisputed criticism. Trying to explain, certain things and trying to let people know that I'm not being overly critical, but you gotta get feedback.
Yeah, they want feedback. They're the ones who said it themselves. So
Yeah. Especially when I talk to Ash, when I speak to Ash, it sounds like I'm talking to myself. That's how I felt back in the. I don't know how things changed, but Ash, he want the game to be more like 2K of boxing. And
yeah,
some
I would. Well, just hopefully they don't take every aspect of EA.
yeah,
I mean, not EA 2K. Like, definitely don't want the pay to win model that's
yeah,
plaguing NBA 2K. And the last few years, they've been shipping off like they're good games, but there's so many glitches and bugs that they're just rushing it. I
yeah.
don't want that for this.
Yeah, I think when it comes what Ash's vision was, he wanted best parts of it, and that's what he's trying to create. But then you got to also see that the game has grown greatly since I talked to him, and there's more people in his ear.
Yeah, you don't want to see. Next week's going to be a big week. If you see like Roy Jones and Deontay Wilder throwing the same hook, then we got problems.
Yeah, and people got to speak on it. That's the thing. They take criticism and they try to work on it.
Yeah, they're not like EA folks. Me and him have dealt with EA. They're different than EA. I'll tell you that much. Well, I don't know about now, but they seem different.
Yeah, shoot, I told you that Brizzle blocked me.
Yeah, I'm still in the group, man.
Yeah, Brizzle blocked me. He's not like man. Brizzle been friends for all these years, and
I don't
me
know.
and I talked to him like a couple of months ago about my son, and he was talking about yeah, just send me the questions that you want me to answer for your son, and I'll give them back to you. But he was being
See,
sarcastic.
oh, I just thought that EA basically told him like, why are you friends with this guy? Because they see your stuff. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure that they're gearing up for a new fight night, and I think they think that you're in this. They have the misunderstanding that you're like working with these guys.
yeah, I think so too. I really do. That's how it is when I be on LinkedIn because I've been on LinkedIn a lot, and a lot of these companies they think I'm part of Still City, and I said no, I'm not part of them. I said I'm a fan of whoever's making a boxing game, and that's my main thing. It's a guy on LinkedIn who wants to make a boxing game, and he's like he has the money and everything, and he said his thing is he's waiting to see how successful Still City is.
Yeah, that would be a smart bet. Boxing games is tricky because people have been clamoring one for years, but we'll see now if if it's marketed right and all that. I think taking out the esports thing was a good idea. Now they just got to get the realism stuff. That's usually why I asked them some of the harder questions. And to their credit, they answered most of my hard questions in one of the roundtables.
Yeah, Dad, man, it's crazy to hear your voice sounding so deep. When I knew you when you had a young boy voice.
Oh yeah, choir boy voice. Yeah. Years of boxing will do that. I did 3 years and then my eye got busted. My doc said, you know what? You ain't making money from this. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. And then, my mom's like, So I'm like, all right, when you got mom, ain't going to win that fight.
Yeah. Sure. I wish I had somebody to be in my corner before I lost my vision in one of my eyes from boxing.
Oh yeah, I got a cataract. It's like they can't take it out. It's waiting for me. So I'm waiting for that in the coming years.
Yeah.
I took a straight right to the eye.
Wow.
That'll do it.
Wow. And it's crazy. My eye came mostly from the street. Me trying to protect someone, not the ring.
No, Brick City, man. You're in Brick City. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I mean, we got our boy Shakur in the game, so
Yeah, that's true. I can't wait till he's not gonna. It look like he's not gonna be in day one.
I have a feeling that he's been so busy, like he's really busy. So he does outreach and all that. So I'm pretty sure he hasn't even scanned yet.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to Clarissa Shields, because she said she was on her way out there to get scanned.
Oh, the Queen died. Remember, Queen died. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm talking about after that.
Oh, after? Oh,
yeah,
I don't know.
Her last fight, she said she was on her way out there to get scanned.
Oh, that's the one where she said, yeah, probably her scheduling with her team. It says that her scheduling. It's not like she's pulling out. She said she just was busy, or they said she was busy. Yeah, it might have been too for a post fight like scan, and like they just said maybe you should go home, or she wanted to go home.
Yeah, but I think she's one of them paid models that they're gonna have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wanted her to be a day one.
I wonder how they doing this. This crazy, because it's basically what I was telling EA how they should have did it.
Yeah,
they kept saying no, we don't want to do the DLC for boxers, and I said, why not? And now they're doing that with everything now. But
yeah, it's that guy, man. It's what's his name, Rob Moore. Before he got once he got kicked out, you can see like now they're taking some of your ideas.
Yeah, because if they would have did that model with the boxers, they'd have more boxers and everything.
Remember, they had a Amir Khan. They were going to put in Amir Khan. They had his shorts and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they were supposed to put in. I hooked them up with Devon Alexander. They ghosted him. That was before. That was when he was like on the rise, when he was about to fight Tim Bradley too.
He wanted to be in Undisputed. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know what. I think you got to negotiate with Kevin Cunningham for him. That's what he says. That's what he told me. I don't know. So I know a lot of boxers want to be in it. I don't know as many as you do, but yeah, a lot of them want to be in it. There's only so many you can put in. The people they put in are like, I was really shocked when they got like Mike McCallum and like those guys. I'm like, where the fuck did they find Mike McCallum?
Oh yeah, Michael Nunn. That was a shocker.
Yeah, right. Because he was still, when they were probably starting development. Was he still in prison, or he got out?
I think so.
Man, you know who I wanted to see? That guy from Jersey. What's his name? James Scott, the one who had a bout in prison, the light heavyweight title against Eddie Mustafa Muhammad.
Oh yeah, that's one of my brother, real good friends. Yeah, I know his brother too.
Yeah,
James Scott.
And yeah, my biggest one that I wanted, I just don't know, like any of his people would have been what's his fucking name? He passed away a few years ago. Philly light heavyweight, one of the most greatest action fighters of all time. He used to be I don't want to call him by his name before he converted. His name was Matthew Franklin. I forgot what he changed his name to. Matthew Saad Muhammad. There you go.
Oh yeah, I met him before I was sparring in this place over here in Newark. I was sparring this heavyweight named Farouk Salim. He's an undefeated heavyweight, and he was down there. I said, hold up. I said, he look familiar. He said, yeah, Matthew Saad Muhammad. That was like, whoa. I wonder what's up with them adding Shannon. Shannon is a good pickup to me because he's self-advertising.
I think now they locked it in. They're just gonna probably add in more boxers as they go in, because Chad Dawson's on their waiting list too.
Yeah, I talked to him.
I mean, I run the Glenn Johnson fan club, so I'm pretty sure I could probably try to sneak him in.
Yeah, because I was talking to a lot of these guys. They want to get in, but I think this time they say they started back up, but they're not going to do no announcements right now. They just focus in on getting the game out. And This second beta pushed back the early access.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact.
yeah, because if this one works well, then you're going to see early access probably come out sooner rather than later. The thing about this thing is they're testing the connectivity and all those issues. So that was honestly they fixed a lot of it by Sunday, so that's looking good. So we'll see.
Yeah, and added this many. They added a nice amount of boxers for the beta test. I was shocked.
Yeah, I think they were like, because I was joking. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna put in Wilder and Marciano, and look,
That's gonna be a crazy matchup. I'm gonna be on my tendencies thing to see how Wilder reacts and how Marciano reacts.
they should have the equal amount of chin. I would say they both were in their day. They were both kind of chinny when they got whacked, but they're also heavyweights. But
Yeah.
Deontay shouldn't be standing if he gets whacked with like a right from Marciano right hook.
Yeah.
Or he should be stumbling. He should be doing the stanky leg because to his credit, he does have a lot of heart though. Deontay's chin might not be the best, but his heart is should be at a 90 at least.
Yeah. And Deontay, well, even though he's tall, he's still a small heavyweight.
Oh yeah, his legs too. His legs are not proportional to his shoulders, man.
Yeah, I had a guy in my gym like that. I'm like, Dad, man, you look like you came out of prison. How prisoners be small at the bottom and big at the top.
Yeah,
pencil legs.
He got the little chicken leg.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad they got heavyweights though, because now we can see. I'm pretty sure they're putting in the flash KOs in this one.
I hope so, because they turned it off because I guess they didn't want people to feel like, oh man, this fight ended too quickly, and the complaining and stuff.
I think they turn it off too because they wanted to test to see to see how long that where matches go on and lag and stuff. They want to see when the choke point is when the game starts to chug. For me, it was towards round 5 is when it started lagging.
Mm.
And they fixed that. They fixed it on Sunday because Sunday I just played nonstop for 3 hours.
I wonder who's helping them with the servers, because I know Sony. They was talking to Sony earlier. I think this year or last year.
It may be.
So I wonder if Sony helping them with their server.
I would hope so.
What'd you say?
I would hope so. If it's somebody good. The fact that they fixed it on Sunday, most of the issues is a good sign that it's pretty much closer to release, and they'll fine tune it because I've been in EA I tested early access games, and it's honestly you should probably buy it now because then at least you don't have to buy the full price. You'll get all the things when it rolls in.
Yeah. I wonder what impact that billionaire they got this investor. One from Codemasters.
Yeah. I would usually say billionaires really don't care. They just give their money and just use it as a write-off. But this guy, since he's with Codemasters, I'm curious too. But he is part of the Rally series, which is they aim for realism. So you should be excited then, because there are things for realistic. Colin McRae Rally games. They usually aim for realism over the arcadey racing games.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let me get to day 6 of what I got so far.
Yeah.
Unique signature moves and punches. Did you see that in the beta?
No.
Exactly. And I think that should be something like with Rocky Marciano has to have his Suzy Q.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have that punch.
He shouldn't be walking upright either. He has to crab walk. He does a little crab.
Yeah, like a lot of boxers, like even Joe Frazier, they had like a little slump on their back when they fought.
Yeah,
and that's the things that I'm talking about. Not being super nitpicky, but these, when it comes to realism is what it is. Realism.
Yeah, I really wish they put in Floyd Patterson. I would have loved to have done Floyd Patterson against Wilder.
Yeah, that's Floyd Patterson would have been beautiful.
Yeah, he would have done a kamikaze gazelle punch to see if it lands. If not, I'm probably getting put to sleep. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that's the thing that I'm thinking about, because a lot of people gonna want to use the Wilder. Day one, I think Wilder is gonna be everybody want to go to person to get that knockout.
It's gonna be Wilder and Roy.
Yeah, Wilder and Roy. I wonder, can they fight each other? Where do they got Roy at?
They might have him at middleweight because Ben is by himself on an island, all by himself with his son.
That would have been like a nice matchup though. Roy Jones Jr. against Deontay Wilder.
That would have been interesting. I would say that Roy would probably give him fits, but I think Deontay is going to catch him. Roy's chin is good, but it's not like what you need it to be at a heavyweight. That's what I would say.
Yeah, you're right. Because once Roy lost his mobility, he was subjected to getting caught.
Yeah.
When he fought,
he had I wouldn't say he had a bad chin. It's just that nobody ever was able to test it because nobody could catch him.
Yeah, because his defense, that's another thing. His defense was his offense and his head movement. He didn't really have that, I put my hands up and all that. His defense was his movement.
Oh, yeah. I hope. You think they're putting into blocking, the 6 points blocking?
I heard that was part of the game, but I don't know if they're going to put it in with this
beta.
I
know they disabled some features. At least they're transparent with it. It's not like EA. Like
I like that. The referee thing is what I'm worried about.
Oh yeah, but I'm hoping it's an older build because if you saw one of the vids, that you could see Kenny Bayless sneaking there in the back.
Yeah, because they like got him all the way out in the background, and then I be trying to be like that indie company. You got to be a little get them a little room for improvement. But I wonder, is the referee going to be in the ring, or is we going to get cutscenes?
It looked like cutscenes, but by the final product, he should be in the ring. It's a mix of that and cutscenes.
Yeah, and that's what I'll accept that. But they got to tell people that's what it's going to be, because it's going to be people that's going to be like, hold up, I don't play. Like, if it's not in early access, people going to say, hold up, whatever referee at.
Yeah, I'm wondering, how are they going to get Mills? Are they doing an impersonator? Because he's not doing well.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. But this what I hope, that when they do get certain referees and they say they get like you say Mills Lane and all that, somebody imitate his voice.
Yeah, or Richard Steele. Richard Steele's still alive. He seems like he's doing well. I think. I don't know. Last time I heard.
Yeah, he's good. Then you got Joe Cortez. He's still
alive. Joe Cortez. Who's the really bad ref? Who's the one from Texas?
Dad, I forgot. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's that guy. Yeah, that guy. The guy who uses the commission connection to ruin so many fights.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go to day 7. Reach and height. What'd you think about that?
I'll be honest. With the fighters they had, you really couldn't test it out because they were near identical. I think this one is the real test because Wilder's reach against like Marciano, that should definitely play a factor in this.
Yeah, this definitely will be the thing, because that's what I was wondering, is because a game would give you a tall guy and a small guy, like let's say for wrestling, for instance, it doesn't really mean too much.
Yeah.
And reaching height should mean something. Like if a tall guy is, let's say like when David Hay fought Value V.
Oh God! Don't give me nightmares again.
But you see how that happened. David Hay was able to get, because if people gonna say no, a tall fighter, you ain't gonna be able to get into that. Shouldn't be a thing. No, if this is a realistic game, there should be things that you can do to get in there to beat a tall fighter.
Yeah, I would say that the cutting off the ring aspect is actually looks pretty promising because I did cut off the ring when people were trying to run.
Mm-hmm.
But they said they dumbed down a bit the footwork battle. But they said I think in EA you're going to definitely see the footwork battle come in, which is actually really promising. When I hear a dev talk about footwork, I'm like, that's music to my ears. That's the number one thing they taught you in boxing, which I really sucked at, which is why I got knocked around a lot.
Yeah, footwork means a lot. Like I wanted to know what I seen Sonny Edwards and he was fighting what's this guy named Hopi Price. It seemed like they foots almost seemed like they almost got like a entanglement.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I got cut off for a sec.
Hopi Price and I just said his name. You know Hopi Price when he was fighting our boy from Twitter.
Sonny Edwards.
Yeah, Sonny Edwards.
Yeah, he's I'm gonna say I just saw the guys that was fighting to be his mandatory. Good luck, man. Good luck. I think Sonny's gonna blank this guy. So good luck.
Yeah, Sonny is gooder than people like to give him because they talk junk to Sonny, but I think they talk junk to Sonny because Sonny brings that heat to Twitter and social media.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He just like comes it in. If he had power, he'd probably be more famous. That would be
yeah. But to me, you can't take nothing from a fighter if he's winning.
Oh yeah.
Or not.
He reminds me of what's that guy's name? He's in the game too, Mark Too Sharp Johnson, like a lower weight sniper.
Yeah.
I'm a big I was happy when I heard he's in the game. I'm like, holy shit, they're really going for it, huh?
Yeah. And that's the thing that I like, that they didn't just keep their focus on today's fighters. You know, there's a lot of fans, oh, we need to do this fighter and that fighter. No, they got to fill up the weight classes. And they got to give every fan their chance to play fighters that they're familiar with from that era. And you got boxers that you got fans that want a plethora of boxers from every era.
That'd be me. Yeah. I would like some of the. When the creative boxer comes out, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I just want to see if the engine is good enough for me to spend my time on it. That would be my thing.
Exactly. See, you talking like Papanosis and me. I want it to be deep because that can bring in a community by itself. Like I keep saying, and you got people that will not play this game, but they will create boxers just to show that they could create them.
Oh yeah,
they'll do all the different things that makes that boxer as realistic as possible.
A couple of me and the Fire Pro guys, since we do that with real wrestlers, we're waiting to see, and then we're going to see if we should spend our time with this. That's we're basically waiting.
Yeah, I just hope the offline mode doesn't break my heart, man. I just hope not.
Yeah.
It sound everything they land out sound good, but they might say their money and everything is going to be online.
I mean, they're working on Creative Boxer career mode, and they said they're doing a separate story mode, which is actually intriguing. They're trying to do something like Fight Night Champion.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that because that's what
they got. There's a guy actor
that ate up the budget.
There's an actor following him on Twitter. Yeah. If you watch Stranger Things, the guy that's the sheriff, he's following him.
Yeah, he said he said if you need somebody.
I think he's either in the career. Yeah. He might be in there.
But my thing is, I don't know how careful they're going to be with that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's semi worrying, but I'm not too worried because I wanted the game to be functional first. That's the thing.
Yeah. I think the story mode gonna come down the line. I think they're gonna focus on the core game, and the career mode, and then the story mode comes later.
Yes,
they build the team because they're still trying to build the team.
I think story mode's coming last. This is where I think they're going to prioritize it. They're going to get the EA first. A few weeks, they're going to like hear our feedback, tune it, fine tune the AI, fine tune the some of the their stuff, add in like all those like street what do you call that? All those traits to boxers, and then probably we're going to see create a boxer first because you can't do career mode without create a boxer. And it's all free. So everyone like asked them and their mother, it's all free. They're not making you pay for it, which is actually surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder where they're gonna the money really gonna start coming from, because the early access, that's not gonna be that much money if they get it on early access.
It depends if it sells really well on early access, because there's a lot of computer guys that want to play a boxing game. They haven't had one since 3D boxing.
Yeah, that's true.
We had a lot of bait and switches. They had this management game with they signed Sergio, and he was like front and center for their like management game.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you got me mad about that. And I was helping this guy. I told him it wasn't gonna work. I told him, I was talking to him, I said, yo, man, nobody don't want that, man. Right now, I said you probably could get that off later, but you're not going right now when it's unboxing desert, no. And he still was going to try to do the what's that? The money thing to get money to help him.
Yep. No.
It didn't work.
That was the one I was sad about because you know what? It would have done well on PC because PC is known for like the management games.
Yeah.
It just seemed like he just ran out of money or took the money and ran. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, because they're friends of mine on LinkedIn, and they're following me. So,
no, you better be careful. They're gonna block you now.
No, I had their back. Yeah, but that's what I want in a career mode. I want the career mode to be as deep as title bout or a tech sim. I want that tech sim feel, but we actually playing.
We got the game I play on my my laptop. What's it called? Boxers Road 2.
Oh,
yeah. That's even in Japanese. So you basically got to like gain weight. You got to form like so you got to watch their weight. You got to you have to pick their diet individually, like buy a diet plan, and you have to watch all their training if they're if they're making weight. If not, it's game over. If you miss weight, like in 3 fights. You miss weight 3 times, it's game over because your gym's gonna fire you. They want nothing to do with you. And you also have training too, and you have to assign like you could assign vacation days on the calendar, sparring days, vacation days. You could pay for like for your sparring. You could spar someone from your gym or get someone from the outside. And you also have they also have tape on your opponent too if you're higher rank. Wow. And they have different belt companies too. They're not the real ones, of course. They didn't get the. Yeah. Japan loves to be nice and loose with their trademarking, but you could tell they have regional belts, they have world belts. Yeah, it was a really deep game, and you could start your amateur career and stay there if you wanted to.
See, that's smart. See, I like stuff like that.
It's just the barrier. The barrier's hard. Also, the gameplay. I'm gonna be honest. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, they're like fucking slipping a slide in there. They look like ice skating. But it's so good. The footwork there, you could trap someone, but the problem is that hitting someone, it looks unnatural. But the styles are great. They even have Sergio Martinez style before he became like popular. Like you could and different style. They have Hitman, Cobra. They call it Cobra, Hitman, Orthodox, Inside. Like you could tell whoever made it was a big fan of boxing because there's like a lot of Easter eggs with the style.
Yeah, that's what I like. I always be saying that you got to be a boxing fan or whatever sport you're creating. You got to be a fan of that sport in some aspect
or knowledgeable. Just be knowledgeable.
Yeah, like with NBA 2K. The majority of the team are basketball. You got like I think 5 basketball players actually on the team.
Yeah, just not Chuck. Chuck is like pay me better, pay us and the legends better. Oh yeah, that's the thing that I hope that they pay the legends better because that's why NBA 2K has like problems with filling the legend rosters. They have to pay them individually, so a lot of these guys will get shortchanged. So that's why Chuck and Reggie are like, fuck out. No.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what gets me when they saying it's hard to sign boxers? I don't understand that with them and EA because they say, yeah, it is hard to sign boxers. Your roster is 4 times bigger than EA's. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think it's hard to sign boxers. I think they said their problem is that there's now too many that want to be in that they just got to, condense now. They get to pick and choose. They have a different problem than EA. I think EA was the one who was saying that, yeah, it's hard, and they're making all the
But that
excuses.
was that was an excuse.
They had some fun stories, man. The Hasim Rahman story is still the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Oh yeah. I couldn't believe that. Cause I was sitting there at the where was that? At EA Studio when we had the thing they sent us to. So
yeah.
they said there was one boxer, he wanted the game named after him, or he didn't want to be in the game. And I'm up here like, who? I was thinking it was Tyson because Tyson was in already. So I'm like, it can't be Tyson. Then they said it was Hasim Rahman. I'm like, come on, man.
Oh God, yeah, his son. I warned you guys. You guys were like, yeah, his son is good. I'm like, no, he's.
See, but you know what it is with his son? He rich. Yep. He says. Yep. And Tyson said, he said, I would never train none of my sons to be boxers because they're not going to have the same want like I wanted.
Yeah.
They're rich. Like even Evander Holyfield's son, he tried to do it, but he's rich. You're going to cut the corner.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, he should not have taken that fight with 100-pound weight difference. That was a stupid move to make quick money.
Yeah. Right now, yeah, that's a stupid move. But heavyweight, you're heavyweight. You're heavyweight. That's what you gotta do.
Greg, 300-pound Hardy. He hopefully didn't put the asthma pump in between rounds, just like when he got caught in UFC.
Oh yeah. They're trying their best to say, well, I hope he don't have that asthma pump. But I don't think this guy he's gonna last with any other heavyweight.
No, he ain't gonna last with like who's that guy that fought Dillian White. That guy's gonna beat his ass. Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin. He's
who's that big tall black heavyweight? He's it's not Stavern, it's this other one. He's like a journeyman. He's this big tall one, and he always shows up. And like anytime I see a prospect on the rise, he's always there fighting him, and he usually loses spectacularly. But I don't think Rockman gets past that guy. Who?
Julius Long?
Yes. Julius Long.
Yeah. That's he is semi gatekeeper, even though he never opened the gate.
He locked himself out, and now he's trying to fight his way back in.
Yeah.
I don't even think he'd get past Shannon Briggs. If Shannon Briggs decided one day to call him out for like one of the celebrity fights, he's knocking him out cold. Forget it.
Shannon training for something. I don't know what he's training for.
If I was him, I'd chase the bag. Go after Jake Paul.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do that. He always boosting Jake Paul up.
I know.
I said, how is you supporting this guy?
To be fair, he is helping women boxing like get equal pay.
But that's what I hope that he does. I hope that he just be a promoter.
Me too, but you know what? It's like he's trying to build. I get what he's doing. He's trying to build.
I think once he loses, that's what he's gonna do. Focus on.
I think once he loses, he's not going to continue. He's a good promoter. I mean, am I a fan of his antics? No, but it's proven to sell. So I mean, there must be something wrong with us.
Yeah, I know what it is. You always want that one person to lose, so that's where all the money comes from.
No, I mean just kids. Kids love them. They come into boxing videos talking about Jake Paul, KSI. I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here! Stop.
Yeah, Yeah. I'm like, let them fight a real boxer. You know, I want a boxer. They
Yeah.
fight somebody in the top 20. And
Oh
they ain't
no,
got to be
no,
the
no.
top 10.
I don't know about that. Maybe like they haven't fought a gatekeeper or a journeyman. Like at least start there. If you could beat that, then I will say okay, I was wrong. They haven't even touched a journeyman. They're beating up guys that fought MMA, or they're beating up people that came like that maybe boxed when they were like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And they when they throw a punch, it looks horrible.
Yeah. And I know that feeling because I always say when you fight somebody, because I did it before. I fought an MMA fighter. I sparred MMA fighters. They're gonna keep saying I can't kick this guy. So you got that in the back of your mind. So you're gonna be like trying to focus on two things. So you're gonna get your butt kicked.
Yeah. I used to do karate when I was younger. So when I went to boxing, I had to get like you know how they teach you how to punch differently in karate than boxing. I had
Yeah.
to unlearn the karate jab that I've been learning for like 5-7 years. Unlearn that and start from scratch again. Like learn how to put your hips into like punches instead of trying to go for points, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. My mode was destroyed. My brother had to take that from me and make me start boxing. Mama kill or destroy. And guys like Shannon stopped all that. You gonna beat Joe Frazier on me? All right, I got you. Stop that.
Shit, yeah, I don't want to take a punch from him. Maybe I'll take a punch from Ray Mercer, Merciless Ray.
Hold on. That's I never thought about that. Who punched harder? It's a difference.
You can ask. Maybe they should ask Tom. Oh no, he passed. Never mind. I was gonna say they could ask Tommy Morrison. I'm pretty sure. That because
It's a,
I think Mercer because he had Lewis doing the stanky leg like consistently throughout the fight.
I sparred him for that Lewis fight, but I'm trying to say because I sparred both of them. Um,
But yeah, it's the
a
problem is that
different power.
Shannon doesn't like he keeps his power, but he also his gas tank is like after like the first few rounds, it's gone.
Yeah. All the
And
muscle.
Ray also doesn't show up sometimes in fights. Like that was his biggest problem is like he was hot and cold in like the middle stage of his career. Remember the Larry Holmes fight?
Yep.
Oh, I felt so bad for him. Like Larry was clowning him.
Yep.
I'm like,
I
man, this
sparred him
guy.
for that fight. He lazy at certain times. He lazy. He'll go party. Say when I go to training camp, he'll pay me for that day, and this joker go out party, and I'm like, yo, what the heck are you doing, man?
You fight Larry Holmes. Larry will pick you up no matter how old.
Exactly. That's his thing. Larry Holmes old. Larry Holmes.
That was it.
Larry Holmes has.
I was about to ask you. So he did that because he thought Larry Holmes was a grandpa?
Yeah, like nah, he's not gonna do nothing to me. Like with Holyfield, when he fought Holyfield.
I forgot that happened. Oh man, you know what? He got lucky that he didn't fight Bo. Well, actually, no, Bo would give him a run for his money and laziness too. So you know what? They both probably show up like you watch The Great White Hope. They both show up like him, like Marlon Wayne's character.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm actually surprised they got him. That was one of the bigger shocker signings. Because Bo hasn't been in the game since his own game in the Genesis.
Yeah. Now I want to see how they're gonna get that him, his tendencies and everything. What makes Riddick Bo?
Oh man, like he also has like a tendency to foul too. So I wonder if they're gonna put that in. I was hoping they put Galata just for the hilarity of him just blasting people right in the.
There's a lot of people asking for Galata too.
I'm the one leading the charge. Him and John Ruiz, just for giggles for John Ruiz. He was good before Tua sent him to the nether realm. After that, he hooked up with Stoney, and that was it.
Yeah, I knew John Ruiz since the amateurs. I fought his brother. I had an exhibition with his brother. His brother stopped me in an exhibition because me up there, it's an exhibition. He's not gonna go all out. I'm not gonna go all out. Yeah, he went all out.
Yeah, I never I fought my coach's kid. He was on NBC TV once, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take it easy on him. Don't want to mess up the coach's kid. I like lightly tap him. It's like I woke up the beast, and the beast got my ass. I'm like, oh shit. He's very nice. Once the bell, like the thing stops, the end around thing in the gym. It's not like the actual bell. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like he turns it off like the nicest guy possible. When that thing is in there, forget it. He's the meanest son of a bitch you ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got some crazy gym stories. They got a guy that he had this guy that wanted to be Ricardo Mayorga with the best guy in our gym. So when they were sparring, he's our coach was like out for the while, so he let us govern ourselves when he was using I think he was using the bathroom or he was sick. The guys throwing fucking haymakers, and then the guy had enough. The tough guy, he had his arm, and I think he snapped the arm. It was it. That was it. That after that, the coach was like, he's not good. He's not letting us spar by ourselves anymore.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories too. I said I'm gonna do some of the stories on the video. I remember when I was in Jersey City sparring, there was this guy called Jimmy Dupree.
Shit!
I was sparring his son, and I kept smelling doodle.
No.
And I said, yo, what the heck? And I hit him with a body shot because that's my thing. If you taller than me, I'm gonna tear your body up. And I made that dude. He said, oh. He said, that's it. He started pulling off his cup, going toward the bathroom. I said, Dad. Mom said, you knocked the SH out of him. I said, it's crazy.
I don't want to derail you. So one last gym story for me. We had this guy, this tall white guy. I thought, oh man, this guy's strong. He's built. He was like at least 6'7". I see him hitting the bag. I'm like, you don't got. He's like throwing. He's like, throwing with all his might. I'm like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, I know. He's like, I'm just practicing. His first time he goes to spar, he's doing all right. He's throwing a couple lazy jabs, gets caught, hit right in the mouth, and he's like, I'm done. He takes out his mouthpiece, just walks out.
Wow. All right, now this is something I want to the reset after being hit.
Yeah.
Was that really evident in the beta for you?
You mean like when they get hit, they have a reaction and stop?
Yeah, stop their punch.
Yes. Only with like I noticed that sometimes with jabs, if you hit the power jab and you counter them, they stop it dead in their tracks. Body punch too. So when I was using Mickey Ward, I was using his left hook to the liver. So a lot of people would throw wildly. I counter that left hook with the liver. They would stop dead in their tracks. Mm-hmm. But most of the time I didn't notice it, but those few times I did. So I think you just have to hit it, time it right. And you have to remember too, they turned like the damage way down. So these guys are just fucking taking bombs.
Yeah. Because somebody like Ali, he throwing that jab, he gonna make you reset every time. You gotta reset how you gonna approach him.
Yeah, I'm curious the damage between the weight classes if it's different.
Yeah, should be a difference.
Yeah, there should be a difference between like say like a guy like Chocolatito against I don't know Mark Johnson and then say like Riddick Bowe and Floyd Patterson. The damage should be a little different.
Yeah. The get up game.
That I think it's going to cause problems with in terms of like connectivity in the leg. It's not hard. It's not good either, but I don't know how you would do it besides copying what EA does. And yeah, like the button press before with Knockout Kings was flawed. The Fight Night one was not bad, but
yeah,
it had its issues.
Should be an option because you got to realize there's going to be older people, not saying me, but there's going to be older people that they're not going to do that game. They're not going to do all that because I remember when I was playing the Fight Night with my brother. He said, "You won." I said, "Yo, you ain't gonna try to get up?" He said, "No, you won." These guys, some people are not gonna do that, and I wonder, can there be an option Like if you want to do the button tap and go by their ratings of getting up, their toughness rating and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't. I would hope that a guy like Amir Khan has a harder time than a guy like Mickey Ward. So
yeah, definitely. Now I wonder
he's
how.
not.
I wonder
He's not.
is they gonna see this the thing with Amir Khan being because early in his career you really didn't see the chin being a problem. It's like
No, you did, man. No, like his fight with Michael Gomez, he got pieced up. He got pieced up with Michael Gomez. Michael Gomez is this Irish fighter. For some reason, he took the last name Gomez. I forgot the story behind that. But he just came off this Fight of the Year candidate with Alex Arthur, and I think a few years down the line fought Amir Khan when he became when Amir Khan was a prospect. He tagged him, and I think the fight after that was when Amir Khan faced Prescott because that was early on too.
Prescott. That's yeah, but
it was always there. Like it was like Cotto. Cotto had issues too with his chin when he was starting out, but it turned out he was draining himself. Amir Khan is just him. It's just him. He can't take a punch.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that, though. I mean, he got a lot of.
Is they going to put that in the game as him having a weak chin?
Yes, they mentioned when they said a glass jaw, they brought up Amir Khan's name.
Oh wow!
They didn't bring it up like like someone who couldn't has like
they got to say they got to say it a certain way because he's a person in that game, so they got to be careful.
I don't know if they brought it up by name, but they said fighters that have weaker chins, they're gonna it's a trait there, and everyone knew who they're talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I hope the trait system is good. I hope that we can use the trait system for when we create a boxer. That's what I hope. They said currently no.
What's see, I'm getting mixed messages because when I talk to what's his name?
Rack.
No, not Rack. Rack don't really try not to talk to me no more, and I wonder why not. It's like I know business, but still.
Is it Ash?
No, the developer. Aimbot. It's Aimbot. It's Aimbot.
Oh, Aimbot. Yeah.
Aimbot was telling me that because I was looking at the different things that they had, like the jab and all these different things, and I was like, "Is that the tendencies?" And he said, "No, they're working on tendencies." But I'm thinking because you can't never tell with Aimbot because Aimbot is very sarcastic about things.
Yeah, I think that you may have checked something. So, if it's like it might be like the Fight Night. Most people forgot Fight Night Champion. You could do that. It's a pain in the ass though to do that. All the fighters in there. I changed up a lot of the fighters' sliders there. You could actually put what they like to do and all that.
I play Fight Night Champion. Remember I was upset at the implementation of certain things, so I didn't play it at all.
Yeah, because Zab Judah was like throwing when I was playing it, the default AI Zab Judah throw like 70 punches around. I'm like, that's definitely not Zab. Maybe younger Zab, but the Zab they got there, Grandpa Zab, definitely not right now. So I changed that and I made him clinch more.
So the tendencies will semi-work because I got the impression from Papanosis that they were like what would you call it, placebos?
Yeah, I would say they were placebos, but like how you program like how many punches they throw and all that. It semi worked. Like they would throw like if you put the slider down lower for like uppercuts, hooks, and and they had jabs more. They were throwing more jabs. It's just the implementation of it not so good.
No.
So if they can do like a system like Fire Pro has a thing called Logic where they have like they basically have like percentages where you have to match it to 100, where you have to like put all the numbers and stuff and like how you want your wrestler to wrestle.
Oh,
so
that's like title bout.
Yes,
they do the same thing.
Yeah, it's basically title bout, but more complicated, and it's like easy to do but hard to master to make your wrestlers like wrestle cool. And then they have like moves where you could chain them together. And basically you have a percentage. It's pretty good. And they have a standing one for like it's like for every little thing that they do. And they even have like semi-personality traits as well that you can assign to your wrestlers.
Wow.
So if they implement something like that, because I have a guy there that creates boxers using that thing, and I mean, while it's not a wrestling game, because they have also that wrestling game, Fire Pro has an MMA mode. It looks good. I mean, he wants to play Undisputed too. We're just waiting now. We're like a lot of us Fire Pro guys are waiting.
Well, see that's what I'm talking about. That's a whole group of people that will come to this game if you have certain things in the game that would attract them, and if they done right. Let me see. Yeah, I got to figure out what I'm gonna do for tomorrow. My 12 days of Undisputed criticism. Yeah, because I stopped at reach and height, and I don't. It's not really too much that I could really criticize. Not playing the game itself. But,
damn, man. I wish I could. I mean, we only live like 15 minutes from each other. Wish I could. I'm working those days. I would have let you like test it out. I think if you still live in Brick City, I live in Springfield, man. So.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Dad, you moved from Jersey City, right? You was living in Jersey City, right?
Yeah, I had enough, man. No more Jersey City for me. It's too expensive.
Yeah, and then you moved over there. I wonder what happened to what's the name? The man that used to live in Jersey City too. Kenny Headshot.
Oh, I've never met the guy. I don't know him.
He sounded like he was older than all of us, and I had a deep voice.
He sounded like he smoked cigarettes since he was 3 years old.
Yeah. yeah.
Maybe punch sounds. I think they're good, but they still need some work. That would be my criticism.
Oh yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Yeah, I'm like, because to me it sound like it's almost sound like EA-ish.
No, I wouldn't go that far. It's more like the grunts all sound the same. You know when people go, pss, pss,
yeah,
they all have a different noise. Everyone sounds the same. Even the girls sound the same.
Yeah.
I appreciate that little detail though, because I never noticed it. I started watching boxing because there was a lull, and oh my god, it's so bad. Like the middle of the year for boxing, my god, there wasn't that many fights. But I watched the card last night, and I noticed that too. They're like, shh. And then I noticed that when I was like remembering me sparring, I'm like, I don't remember doing that noise.
Me neither. I used to think it was the gloves, the air coming out the gloves when you hit somebody. I'm like, what is that?
No, it's that old karate thing. Remember when we used to punch? You go, yeah. It's the same thing. More power.
You do it so much that you don't notice it.
What boxing game has gotten the sound right? Because none of them have, in my opinion. None of them have.
You bring this a point that I wanted to bring up. I'm glad you say that. People keep saying, "Well, what game did do it?" But I'm Undisputed. They got the chance to do it right. Like
they're
they said, the referees, they said, "What game?" Because I forgot who it was. Pugilistic Fist or something like that. Pardon me for getting your name wrong, but he said, "What game did have referees right?" And when he said that, I never really paid attention. So now I'm trying to quickly see which games have referees in it. And
none, not much. Most of them were like
actively doing something. No, but I could see that the referee interaction can be a thing because when you watch the older WWE games, the referee steps in to stop them.
Yeah. They still do it, but not as much. It caused a lot of glitches, man. Holy shit! I used to play all those games. Like one time, the referee stopped and the wrestler just flew right through the ring and just starts flying through the arena. Those games are glitchy. they're really glitchy, especially the 2K games. They have been plagued with glitches.
And I wonder, because I would think that technology now, we like, what, 20 years in? Why technology for that is not a thing? You know, why is it so hard?
It's hard. It like my girlfriend's brother does programming, and one little code that goes wrong ruins the whole thing. It's really like intricate, like when you program something. For me, no combat sport has ever gotten it like a game has gotten it 100% right. There's always like issues with it. It's just it's hard. It's hard compared to like a sports game, like team sports game. Combat sports is hard. There's so many little intricacies that you gotta program, you gotta like take note of. In football, basketball, and all that, you could do like players and stuff, but essentially it's still the same game.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So how excited are you about we're about 4 days away from
Yeah. Oh God. I hope I could have one day to play it because I got there's a lot of events at work, so I might get stuck doing some of them. I hope I could play one day. I just want to play as Rocky Marciano. I know it's going to be full of Wilder, Roy Jones, Katie Taylor users. I'm fine with that. You know what? They deserve it. I want to see how they play.
Yeah, I want to play everybody so I can get data. That's my thing. Other people doing it for different reasons. I just want to see what they do correct and what they don't do right.
I want to see like Marciano and Wilder. That's the matchup I want to see. That's what I'm gonna like take my notes on.
Yeah, I just can't wait till we get the early access. I'm gonna be doing mad AI versus AI because when you do AI, because you do AI versus AI, that's when you can see how correct they got the tendencies of boxers.
No one answered my question before. I asked them, so how many fights do you do for the fighters that are dead? So like, how many do you watch to get their things right? I know, and especially with fighters, there's not many footage of, like Jack Johnson.
Yeah, that's a question that I always wanted to know. I mean, that's an answer I always wanted to know because if you're not, because I tried not to be that guy, but we know the whole team is not boxing fans.
Yeah, I mean they admitted it too. So
yeah,
at least they did.
What's called him? Aimbud. He say he's not a boxing fan, so he's programming, and he got to go off for certain things. So if you do, I call it. They should do film study. If you're doing film study, you know what is accurate and what's not accurate to each boxer. So that's what I'm gonna be like basically focusing on.
Yeah, the clinch system. Hopefully they I know that they were ambitious with that and they didn't get it to work because of the glitches. So hopefully they get that to work. That'll be a game changer for a lot of the fighters that use the clinch.
Yeah. Then the clinch and the referee. Now, how is they gonna get that coordinated correctly?
What about and trainers too. I'm wondering what are they signed the Mayweathers.
We got a lot of stuff that they're supposed to be giving us.
They never answered if the Mayweathers are trainers or fighters.
Yeah, I hope they're both. I really do.
Yeah, I wish they signed. I honestly wish they signed Roger. He was like the best out of the three of them.
That's what I was saying. Because if they sign because that was my idea. I don't know if Ash listened to me or not, but that was always my idea, even with EA. Sign the family, and Floyd probably a follow.
Honestly, I don't know what his relationship's like with Senior now. If they sign Roger, that probably you'd have a better thing because he had a really good relationship with Roger.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Jeff and him get along or Senior because their relationship's always like wishy washy.
Yeah. Yeah, but get Roger in there.
I'm curious though. The fighter I want to see is Mayorga because he's not like a normal fighter. He is he doesn't throw normally, so I wonder who's doing most.
No, not Mayorga. You should be saying Emmanuel Augustus.
Oh, no. I don't know if they'll ever get that right because the drunken master is the drunken master.
Yeah,
But Mayorga's punches are just something.
You know, did Emmanuel Augustus motion cap, right?
Oh, who was it? Donaire?
No, in EA it was Brizzo.
What? Oh God, that's what.
Yes.
That's why he looked like a drunken ballerina.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, I want to do. If he was available from EA first day, it would have been Augustus against Lomachenko. Would have been my first matchup.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that in real life. I can imagine him like not fucking around and like giving Loma hell.
Yeah,
But Loma's on another level though. He's a guy that if he got out of the amateurs maybe like 3 more years like earlier, he probably would be like a pound for pound.
Yeah, because that's wear and tear. Because I have
Yeah.
a friend that one of my teammates, that joke had like over 200 or something fights, and he fought Mayweather.
Yeah, those helmets don't do nothing, folks. Those are just to prevent cuts. Them helmets, you still getting the trauma that you get when you get hit in the
I
head.
tell people, I knocked out a lot of people in amateurs.
Yeah,
that don't do nothing. I knocked out people in sparring. That don't do nothing. They used to have to give me 18-ounce gloves just to keep.
Yeah. Do you think those helmets like actually help anything? Because for me, like I couldn't see shit. Like the helmet they got was undersized since I got a big head. So them helmets I couldn't see anything.
Unless you get the ones with the face guard, because it's like metal. That's metal in the front.
Yeah.
Padded metal, and then the back, it's like to make sure you don't get hurt.
You're still gonna get hurt though. It's the hurt game, man. You're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people.
Because you can hit a person, it ain't gotta actually be the head, because that jerk of your head, that could knock you out.
Yeah, I've been blessed that I've been knocked down but not knocked out. I remember my first concussion when I sparred, I got hit with a hook. And then when I wake up, I'm at home. And then when I came back the next week, they're like, "Man, you finished that round." I'm like, "What?" They said, "Yeah." They took it easy on me. After he saw I got hurt, I got up, and apparently he was just lightly tapping me after that. I got hit with a check left hook, and I went down. Nothing. All I could hear is, "Ee!"
Oh, you had one of them.
Yeah. I felt like when I got up, this was the worst hangover. Like I had the worst night of my life. Like I had a headache. I wanted to vomit. I felt like death.
Wow.
Yeah, boxing's not something you play around. Like I always tell people when they tell me they want to box, I'm like, there's a difference between wanting to box and and there's like this isn't like oh I want to play ball.
Yeah.
Like boxing, you could get hurt permanently and at a young age too. It's something to consider.
I had bruised ribs. Just boxing named Bobby Chaz bruised my ribs.
Oh, Bobby Chaz.
With
the CZYZ, that one.
Yeah.
The white boy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
With a body shot, because I was being a butthole. She'll get me with a body shot. Bow.
You ever fought you ever sparred Joe Macy before because he was around the same time as Bobby, wasn't he?
Yeah. I never sparred I sparred a couple of guys. I sparred that guy, what's his name? Phil son, Shannon Fordham and Tyson Fordham. Forget his name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember his last name. Yeah.
I sparred him. I sparred a couple of guys. But being in there, I fought that guy that I hate. I hate when people show the video that got knocked out, Maurice Harris.
Oh, the Dingling Man. He had the worst nickname.
Oh man,
why is his nickname the Dingling Man?
No, Maurice Harris' nickname was Mo Harris. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, it's the other guy. The other guy's the Dingling Man. What the fuck is the nickname?
Yeah, that's crazy. But Maurice Harris, he was a better boxer than what he put out. His thing was he was lazy.
I think that's the killer for most boxers.
Yeah, because he won that what's called. Remember they had that what's that tournament, and he won it.
Yeah, he fucked everyone up. He fucked everybody up.
I'm like,
success changes people.
Yeah, it does.
And some boxers, they suffer from You ever sparred people that were really great in sparring, but then when the real fight came, they were just they weren't shit.
Yup.
Yeah, I don't know.
I seen guys in sparring look like garbage, and then when they fight, they look. I was like, what happened? Where he come from? We had a guy just like that. I was like, man, I was like, oh man, he gonna get knocked out, man. Next thing I know, boom, he knocked somebody out, or he out boxing. I'm like, yo, I said that's crazy. I'm got my head down and I look up and they say, yo, look at this, looking good. That's crazy.
Hey, big bro, I gotta head out. I'm gonna walk my dog. You take care
Right.
of yourself. Let me know when you do another show.
Okay, it's about
I'll
time
join
for
you,
me to
man.
end the show anyway. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you
I'll join
so
you.
much.
I mean, if you do one next week, if I have time for the beta, because I just got my master's program, so we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, you came in for Pat because Pat Gnosis usually be here.
Yeah. Anyway, see you, big bro.
All right. Peace.
All right, bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for supporting this. And I hope please hit the like button on YouTube and please support me. You know, I'm trying to do better things. Makes me do more videos when y'all support me. And shout out to the guys in the group that didn't show up over there on this side on Twitter. Y'all didn't show up. But you know, I love y'all anyway. And shout out to my boy Ant. Love you, man. And shout out to everybody that's supporting boxing, video games, and boxing. Keep supporting it. And I'm gonna bring y'all more stuff. The more y'all support me, it's easier for me to make videos. You know, I don't want to give up doing this because it's something I love. I gave a lot of my life to boxing, not as much as I should have, but I gave a lot to boxing. Okay, everybody. Peace. See y'all. I'm out.